101.3 The Point.
I'm driving yesterday, and I'm not in a hurry, but I'm everybody wants to get where they're going, right? So it's a 2-lane road. Speed limit's 40 miles an hour.
You mean 2 lanes on each side?
Two lanes going in the same direction.
Okay.
So I'm going about 40 miles an hour. I'm in the left lane, and a couple of lights from then I knew I had to make a right turn, so I want to jump in the right lane. There's a car next to me. So I decide that I'm just going to let him go and get behind him. So I let him go, got behind him. The minute I got behind him, I knew I was behind, the Jersey driver.
Oh, no.
Because you never know which one's going to be. It's this small percentage of us, but they're out there, and they seem to be everywhere. So the minute he sees me behind him, he has to let me know that's his lane. He's in charge. He's the king of the lane, right? He was doing nothing 2 minutes before that, but now he's got competition in his lane. So he slows his car down, like basically saying, look, you want to go in my lane, we'll go the speed I want to go.
Ooh.
Now, I know that I'm literally 2 traffic lights away from making that right turn. And like I said, I'm not in a major hurry. I slow down. What are you going to do? I slow down. The guy behind me does not want to go 30 in a 40 zone, right?
Yeah.
So the guy behind me is now inching up closer to me and finally puts on his signal light angrily, gets out, and goes in the left lane to pass us both.
Right.
Passes me, fine. Goes to pass the guy in front of me, the Jersey driver.
Yeah.
The guy sees him out of the corner of his eye, immediately forgets about me, and floors it. So now the guy can't pass him.
Oh, it's so horrible.
What are you doing? Where are you going? Here's the thing that upsets me about it. We all get the reputation as being Jersey drivers. We're from Jersey. We don't all drive like that. It's not a competition.
But we have all run into that guy.
Not a challenge to your manhood that I'm trying to get around you or somebody's trying to get around. Why? Anyway.
Everybody has a story, I think, every day.
All the time. If you want to
someone.
share them with us, call 732-988-POINT. We would love to hear you vent, love to hear your stories, so we can all shake our heads like we do in New Jersey.
I have one from yesterday that was a doozy.
What happened?
Well, I was at the light. I was about to cross over. I was on Hooper, so I was crossing the intersection of Route 37 and Hooper, heading toward the mall. And, there's always a backup of 2 or 3 lights there. And there are 2 lanes where you can go right or straight and 1 lane to go left only. And so someone is to the right of me in the right-hand lane. That lane's not moving. So he cuts me off. And I looked. It was a man. He cuts me off. And then he gets all the way into the left lane. This is something I have not seen before.
Yeah, that's a new move.
He's in the left lane. We are at a red light, and the traffic on Route 37 South is moving.
Right.
He makes a right-hand turn and merges it at a red light. We're at
From
a red
the
light.
left lane.
From the left lane and goes right while we're all sitting there waiting for the light. He could have killed himself.
And
never mind
the
anyone
sign
else.
clearly says, right on red, except if you're in the left lane.
Exactly. I couldn't believe it.
So he's all the way
crazy.
in the left lane and decides, I'm not waiting anymore.
He didn't even want to make a left. He went all the way in the left-hand lane because there was nobody in there, so we could get up front.
Just to get around
so we
everybody.
could make a right in front of the cars that were stopped at a red light.
Isn't it great when you can't even speak? Isn't it great when you're talking about driving in New Jersey? You start the story like this. You're like, you're not going to believe what happened to me on the road. By the time you get to the end of the story, like, I get this guy, literally, came in front of me. Blood vessels, red eyes, the whole thing.
I can't even believe what these people do here.
That is the Jersey driving tone of voice right there.
There are no rules that apply to these people.
What was the last time you got to work and somebody was like, you're not going to believe this really nice thing somebody did for me on the road today? It doesn't happen. So, that's the tone of voice you have to have when you tell the story because it takes the oxygen out of your lungs. You start the story with, so I'm driving home and I want to make sure I got home on time. And by the end of the story, you're like, this guy.
And every day I get in the car, I take a deep breath, and I say, I'm not going to let them bother me.
And then I get to the red light, and I try to look at this person. He won't even look at me.
I'm going to take a deep breath.
Yeah,
I'm not going to let it bother me.
You can, absolutely.
The only thing about it is it makes me feel better when I do something stupid on the roads, because then I figure I'm amongst friends.
Yeah.
Like we're all like this.
This guy that cut across the lanes to make the right on red from the left lane.
That's pretty extreme.
And then you always say, where was the cop? Where's the cops ever?
That was pretty extreme.
That's extreme.
But
And the traffic it wasn't like there was nobody on Route 37.
here's the thing.
There's always somebody on Route 37.
It's extreme, but nobody in that traffic would be shocked for more than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it's New Jersey. For the first 3 seconds, you're like, I don't believe that. But 3 seconds later, you're like, nah.
That's my point.
Right? It's because the bar is so low for driving in New Jersey. The bar is very, very low. If you manage to get from where you are to home without seeing something unbelievable, it's a shock. But it's there's always something to talk about. Wherever you're walking in, you walk in and you can see. It doesn't matter. You're at a pizza place. Doesn't matter where you are. You can see the person just walked in. They're dying to tell the story. Yeah. We can't do anything about it except know that we're not the only ones on the planet going through it. And here in this state, there is no shortage of those incredible moments. So let's see what's going on.
We have things, we have entire moves that are named after it, like the Jersey Slide. Like nobody else has the Jersey Slide. Where you're in the left lane on the park, you have to get to that right exit. And I've done it.
And they're in the left lane.
Of course.
And your brain gets knocked around at the jug handles. You go for jug handles for years and years. And before you know it, you're like, wow, can I make a right on red from the left lane? I don't know.
And nobody else calls it a jug handle.
I'm going in circles for 2 decades.
We have slugged our own terminology.
And every circle has a different merge rule that the drivers make up.
Wait, our voices are getting like that again.
No, they're not. If that was you, the me story, or that was you, the Liz story, watch it this morning. Be careful.
94.3 The Point.
The best of Lou and Liz.
The Point.